This week on Machinery Pete TV, we return to Dale Seay's tobacco farm retirement sale. His John Deere 4455 blew past the previous high price for similar hourd models. Bamboo beige is the original color of this Ferguson TO35, and Pete visits with the folks at Taylor Auction Company.
Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. Some call it a passion. We're Machinery Pete TV, and today we'll cover everything from auction roundups to the classics to the latest trends and technology. Machinery Pete, the most trusted name in farm equipment.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support.
Big Iron, rural America's premier online auction site for the sale of used farm equipment.
No other cornhead works like a Drago, or pays you back like one. Visit your Drago dealer and see how you can justify owning a Drago on ROI alone.
Well, folks, over the last 35 years, I've connected with over 1,300 auction companies throughout U.S. and Canada. And I got to tell you, it is really fun to see a young auctioneer get into the business and establish a good, strong foothold. And today we're in Crofton, Kentucky for the farm retirement auction for Dale Seay by Taylor Auction Company. And Gary Allen Taylor is one of those great young auctioneers. Now, before we watch the beautiful line of equipment sell today, let's go back to the studio, catch up on the latest farm equipment news.
All right, thanks, Pete. I'm Clinton Griffiths. Happening right now, the South is trying to dig out from a historic winter storm. A rare winter storm brought snow and freezing temps from Texas through the Carolinas. Snow blanketing New Orleans, the beaches of Florida, and more, with some locations breaking records. Now, parts of the South this week were snowier and colder than some cities in the Midwest or even Alaska. Now, it's calving season for ranchers, so many spent the week feeding hay and busting frozen waters. Some Michigan State researchers are looking for late bloomers, for apples that is. An apple tree native to the state has learned to fight off frost by blooming 2 or 3 weeks later than normal apple trees. The tree is called the sweet crab apple. Now, researchers hope to eventually create more frost-resistant varieties. The nation's top poultry producer is now dealing with an outbreak of avian flu. It's the first detection in a Georgia commercial poultry flock since the outbreak started back in 2022. Now, the Georgia Department of Agriculture says all poultry exhibitions and sales have been suspended as a precaution. The Georgia Poultry Federation reminds consumers all poultry in stores is safe to eat. That's it for news. Now let's look at some recent auctions from around the country. Now back to our host, Machinery Pete.
Stick with us, folks. Coming up, something you don't see every day, a two-wheel drive 4560 92 model, 9,140 hours on it.
When you're serious about harvesting corn, you harvest with a Drago. That's because Drago delivers more yield-saving technologies than any other brand. Self-adjusting deck plates save kernels across every row. Lower velocity knife rollers reduce ear bounce and shatter. And the industry's lowest profile captures more ears. Stop leaving yield in the field and harvest like you mean it. Drago. Learn more at dragotech.com.
Looking to sell your equipment or needing an upgrade? Purple Wave Auction has you covered. From construction to agriculture and fleet, we make it easy for you to sell, bid, or buy. Always online and always no reserve. Take the next step and register for free today at purplewave.com. It's time to experience the easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment with Purple Wave Auction.
Keeping your equipment clean can be frustrating and time-consuming. It doesn't have to be. Check out Dakota Wash and the Power of Foam from Dakota Ag Innovations. The user-friendly foam cuts grease, won't harm painted surfaces, is wash bay approved, and is easy on delicate electronics. Multiple foaming options and complete packages available no matter the scale of your operation and equipment. cut your cleaning time significantly, and get your equipment back to work. Find Dakota Wash and the Power of Foam at your local farm store, or check them out online at poweroffoam.com, or call 888-996-7801 to find a dealer near you. Machinery Pete here. Hope you caught our recent special episode of Machinery Pete TV show featuring Alex Lyon and Son Auctioneers, an amazing company with roots back to 1950. Check out their website, www.lyonauction.com, and click on Auction Calendar to view all their upcoming sales across the U.S. and Mexico, including their huge Bushnell, Florida auction coming up Friday, January 31st through Monday, February 10th. All sale info and online bidding at lyonauction.com. What's that piece of equipment worth? Check out Machinery Pete's auction prices for the answer. Free to view, updated daily, all types of equipment. Go to machinerypete.com and click on the auction tab, then auction price data.
There we go. You're all set. Thank you. Hello.
Hey folks, I'm here with owner Dale Seay. And Dale, when my friend Gary Allen Taylor told me about this auction a number of months ago, he said, Pete, you got to come to Kentucky again. And wow, just a treat to be here. Your line of John Deere tractors, just beautiful.
Yeah. We I've always had a fondness for John Deere tractors, about as much as I've had a like farming.
Okay.
This is on this auction. I think it's advertised 50 years of farming.
50 years of farming.
Ever since I got out of high school. Of course, I farmed when I was before that with my dad.
Sure.
Probably riding in a tractor seat when I was 6, 7 years old.
Right.
You know. So.
What were some of the first John Deere tractors you rode in that you remember, Dale?
2640, as far as since I've been farming.
Is that the one on the sale?
It's on the sale.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was on the farm going way back.
Way back.
Okay. And I mean, behind us here we have a pair of 4455s, just immaculate, and a 7410 two-wheel drive. And Gary was telling me the meticulousness of the care you give them. Every one of these tractors on the auction you've gone through and serviced.
We're very particular. John Deere filter, John Deere oil, John Deere parts. Yep. I always like to match it up. That's the specs on a tractor, you know. Right. I think that's the lifeblood of the tractors myself.
Well, folks, this is not the lowest houred 4560 two-wheel drive you're ever going to see. It's a 90 model. It's got 9,140 hours on it, but it's sort of like auctioneer Gary Allen Taylor was telling me yesterday when we were checking this tractor out. He said, Pete, you know, you can buy a lower houred one that maybe has some questions on it, or you can buy Dale Seay's 4560 that is ready to go.
And a minute heavy, have it 35, 36 on dollar, and 35 at a 6 on dollar, 35 at a 6 at a 35 down, 6 at a 35 6, and 35 at a 6 on dollar, 6 on dollar, 35 at a 6 on dollar, down to 36, 37, and 36 at a 37 to get 38, down to a minute 37 to get 8, 37 to get 8, now 9, and 37 to get 40, it happened to be 40, but sort of happened to be 40 now 1, and 41 2, and 41 to get 2, down to be a minute 41 to get 2, 42 3, and 47 to get $3,000, down to be a minute 42 to get 3, 3, 42 to get 3. 42, 43, and 47 to get 3, down to being a minute 47 to get 3, down to being a minute 42 to get 3, 33, 42 to get 3, and 47 to get 3, down to being a minute, how about 42, 5, and 47 to get 5 in the 5, down to being a minute 5 in the 47 to get 5 in the 5, 42, 5, and I have anybody else all through, all done, 47 to get 42, 5, 42, 5, and 47 to get 5 in the 5, all and I have sold $42,000. 510, there you go, that's right, you got him one, you bet.
Okay folks, I'm sure you didn't tune into Machinery Pete TV for a little geography lesson, but you know what? Kentucky is a long way from Wyoming. But before the sale, we had someone interested in this beautiful spray coupe 4660, only 727 hours, driving all the way from Wyoming. The interest in this thing leading up to the sale today, off the charts.
45 grand, and $45,000, 42.5, 45, and pop it in the 42.5, and get 45, and 43, 42.5, 43, and $43,000, and $43,000, $43,000, 42, pop it in the 43. Guys, this is the nicest one you could ever want to find anywhere in the country. 42.5, 43.5, it's going to sell. Hey, 42.5, 43. Didn't happen to been 42. Probably been the 3. Happen to been now. I'm in Murray, Kentucky right now. $43,000. Hey, 42. Probably been the 43. Down to the 42. Probably been the 3. 42. Probably been the $43,000. Hey, 42.5, 43. Didn't happen to been 42. Probably been the $43,000. 42. Probably been the 5 now 3. 42. Probably get the $42,000. Did I have 42? Probably been the 43. 43 grand. 43 grand. 42.5, 43. $43,000, $43,000, and $43,000 bring better to 42, probably been the $3,000 did I have, 42, probably been the 3 and I have. Sold her, $42,500, going to Murray, Kentucky, 35541.
Here are a few more items that sold on today's sale.
71.5, and I'm going to get 5, and I'm going to get 5, and about 5 times 70, I'm going to get 5, and 71, 5, and about 5, and 70, I'm going to get 1, 5. So, 71,000, put it up higher, number 250, sir. 20,250. 20,250. 20,250. All right, 20 down to the 8 on 2.5. 20 down to down here, 20 down to 15. 20,002 and a half. Sold it. $20,000. And 5. Don't push me now, sir. 10 5. 5, 10 5, 10 5, 10 5, 10 5, 10 5. Sold it. 10,250. 15 popped it into 16, and 15 5 bid, $16,000. And 15 popped it into 16, 16, how about 15 popped it into 16, 16, 16, 16 popped it into 16. Sold 15 5, no, sold her 15 5.
At some point in time, you got to look at transitioning the farm over to somebody else. And, you know, FBN's interested in working with young people to get that transition started. And a lot of the local banks just don't want to work with the young people. And I think FBN's pretty open-minded on making things happen and setting things up for the next generation to come in.
The sun and weather can take its toll on your equipment's appearance. Fix faded paint with Dakota Shine. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Remove stubborn oxidation with Dakota Prep. Rinse and fix faded paint with Dakota Shine. Kits available in multiple sizes to fit your needs. Apply using a paint gun or aerosol can. It is not a wax and works on most painted surfaces, decals, rubber, vinyl, and all colors. Increases value and improves appearance. Find it at your local farm store. Check them out online at dakotashine.com or call 888-996-7801 to find a dealer near you.
Looking for a unique speaker for your upcoming ag-related event? Consider Machinery Pete. He'll share stories from 35 years on the road. Call 844-727-6374 or email customer support at machinerypete.com.
Hey folks, I'm down in Crofton, Kentucky here. We're covering the auction for Dale Seay, beautiful equipment. Taylor Auction Company, Gary Allen Taylor, Travis Thompson here. Great to be back. Always great to come back to Kentucky.
Absolutely. Great to have you.
And let's talk about you guys' company, Taylor Auction Company. Gary Allen, you're very impressive. You're young, but I love how you roll, how you think about, you know, marketing your sales and treating your buyers and sellers. So give us the background, how you got started in the auction base.
So I'm a first generation auctioneer. However, my dad, in conjunction with some auction companies around home, always put on some consignment sales. And from the time I was knee high, you know, I was riding in the auction truck and just kind of always what I wanted to do. You know, he traded some and like I say, it's just
so your
in the blood.
Dad, he was an auctioneer or he wasn't?
He was not. He was not, but he just helped manage some sales.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. And your home office is back in Winchester?
Winchester, Kentucky.
And now we're like 3 hours away from Winchester.
We are.
So this is what I'm interested in. Your reach and your with Taylor Auction Company, the word on how you guys roll is spreading. So you got this sale, the seller, Dale Seay, paid attention to awesome job you guys did 14 months ago back in Winchester.
Yes, sir.
And
he actually had a good friend that was there at that sale.
Okay.
And so as you were building the business again, Gary Allen, you're 27?
28.
28 years old, okay. So when you started Taylor Auction Company, how old were you then, 20?
It was in 2018.
Okay, so we'll do the math
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You're low 20s.
Short 20s, yes, sir.
What was that like? You're 21, 22 starting out?
You know, I had a good support system. Obviously a good family and a lot of good help. And obviously couldn't have done what we've done without those guys.
And having a team is where it's at. Travis,
Absolutely.
You've been with Gary Allen since?
Gary and Alan are good friends.
Really?
His younger brother and my son show cattle together, and
Nice.
of course we live close to one another. And
Yep.
I'm a police officer by trade, but I help him out with his sales when he has them.
Nice,
so.
nice.
Hey, welcome back to Tractor Tales, folks. This week we have a story of a classic Ferguson, part of a family collection in Illinois. This Ferguson TO35 is the second of 3 tractors the Sprague family owns. While it may look restored and preserved, this tractor continues to get a workout in the farm fields of Illinois.
This is a 1957 TO35 Ferguson. A lot of people ask us, well, is that the right color when we go to tractor shows? And yes, it is the correct color. When we restore tractors, we're very particular. We want them as close to original as possible. I don't know why Ferguson decided to paint them this color. They started out, they were all gray, the TO20s, TO30s, and then in 1955 they came out with what is called the green belly TO35. All the cast iron parts were metallic green, the sheet metal was gray. In 56 they came out with what they call the bamboo beige, is what this one is. And then in 58 they were getting ready to transition to Massey Ferguson, so they started painting them Massey Ferguson color, which was red and gray. When we got into this club, FINA Enthusiasts of North America, we found out that they made them in 3 different colors, so we had to have one of each color. My brother Les and I went to down by Mount Vernon, Illinois. Collector Joe Burke was selling off some of his collections, and so we bought this. All 3 of our tractors are retired, basically. We go to 4 to 5 tractor shows every summer. We have a plow for each one of them. If the show has the facilities to plow, we go out and plow just because we want to show them in their natural environment, which is working. We really enjoy showing them to the people, but we enjoy plowing with them too. The Ferguson tractors did not come from the factory with lights or bumpers or the stationary hitch. Those were added at the dealership, and so there were different variations, different type of light kits that they purchased to install, and so that's why the different lights.
Buckle up and stay tuned, folks. Coming up, the feature item on the show you're not going to want to miss, our John Deere 4455 two-wheel drive, 5,500 1-hours. Intense interest in this baby.
When you're serious about harvesting corn, you harvest with a Drago. That's because Drago delivers more yield-saving technologies than any other brand. Self-adjusting deck plates save kernels across every row. Lower velocity knife rollers reduce ear bounce and shatter. And the industry's lowest profile captures more ears. Stop leaving yield in the field and harvest like you mean it. Drago. Learn more at dragotech.com.
Cleaning aluminum stock and grain trailers is now easier than ever with just a weed sprayer, garden hose, and Bright Plus aluminum cleaner. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Watch the foam release any embedded dirt and grime that soap and water won't touch. Rinse thoroughly. User-friendly, biodegradable, and available in different sizes to fit your needs. You can now pull a clean trailer without the chance of damaging the aluminum. Find Bright Plus aluminum cleaner at your local farm store or check them out online at trailercleaner.com or call 888-996-7801 to find a dealer near you.
Got equipment to sell privately but tired of scams and hassles? Visit MachineryPete.com and click Sell Mine. MachineryPete.com, the simple and secure way to buy and sell equipment online.
Well, folks, 14 months ago, I was in Kentucky to cover another auction by Taylor Auction Company. That one was a little bit east over in Winchester, Kentucky. And I'm guessing you maybe remember that sale. That had the 4455, just over $3,500 on it. Sold for a then record price of $97,850. Was bought by a 150-acre hay farmer from the state of Washington. Now our feature item on the show today, another 4455. I don't think we're going to get 97,000, but this baby is super nice. 92 model, 5,501 hours.
America's Tractor, you got that right. Ed, how about a minute of having a compare? Boys, this is a good one. Rack and pinion, 3 remotes, guys. She's good from front to back, just pretty as a picture. And Mateo Donham, how about a 100? And how about a $100,000 bigger? How about a moment of bid, moment of bond, how about a $100,000? How about a center on the door, guys? 62,000, 63,000. And two to get 3. On a minute, two to get 3, 3, 3, 60, two to get 3, and 63, 3, 4, 4, 5. And how about a bid, over to get 5, 6. And how about a 60, how about a 60, 7, 7, 8. And 7 to get 8, 9, 9. And how about a 69, 70, and how would have been 71, 2, and how would have been 74 to get 2, 2, 2, 3, and how would have been 72 to get 3, and 72, 3, 3, 3, 4, and how would have been 72 to get 4, 4, 4, 77 to get 4, 5, and how would have been 74 to get 5 to bid, not a bang, but 74 to get 5, 5, 5, and 5 to bond, 5 to bid, and 74 to bid 5, and how would have been 5 to bid 5, and 74 to get 5 to bid, not a bang, but 74 to get 5, and get 5, and get 5, and get 5, and get 74 to get $5,000, and 74, $75,000, and it would have been 74 to get 5, and 5 to bond, 5 to bid, and 74 to get 5 to bid, and 5 on a bang, but 5 to bond, 5 to bid, at $74,000, $75,000. Now you want to do the 5 before we go. 74.5. 70. I got you at $74,000. 74.5. And how about a bid? 74 to get 5 to bid. I want to bring a minute of 5, 5, and 5 to bid, 5 to bid, 5 to get bid, 74 to get 5 to bid, 74.5. And how about a bid? 74 to get 5 to bid, 5 to bring a minute, 74 to get 74, 5 and a half, and a bid. All three, all done. 74 to get 5 to bid, and a half. Sold it. Williams Way, $74,000. $74,000.
Well, folks, every time I come to an auction in Kentucky, it seems, I'm running across a 4455 that sells sky high, and well-deserved premium today for Dale Seay's beautiful 92 model, 5,501 hours, two-wheel drive, 74,000. That's 10,000 over the previous high I'd ever seen on a two-wheel drive with over 5,000 hours.
Well, folks, I started compiling auction prices 35 years ago, and of course there was no internet back when I started, and I recently got looking through one of our old books that we used to publish, and I was digging around 35 years ago in the year 1990 looking for auction prices on international 986 tractors. And I found a very nice one. It says right here, May of 1990, Southeast North Dakota, a 1980 International 986, 2,370 hours on it with duals. Sale price, $14,000. Now, why was I digging through our old books on 986 prices? Well, you guessed it, because I saw a super nice one sold recently. Here's a picture of it, sold January 14th. Online auction out of Nebraska by our good friends Adam Marshall Auctioneers and Land Brokers. Now, this 986 is amazing. It was a 79 model, only had 2,308 original hours on it. So you suspected it was going to sell high, and it sure did. It went for $23,250. Now that's the third highest auction price ever on a 986, my 35 plus years compiling prices. And you might be interested, what's the highest price? Well, here's a picture of that one. You might remember it was just over 3 years ago, November 13th of 2021. Mecum Gone Farming, their collector auction out of East Moline, Illinois. An absolute time machine. A 78 model, only 35 actual hours on it, had the factory tags. They said it smelled like new in the cab, and that sold for $52,500.
Well, folks, the reason we came to Crofton, Kentucky for Dale Seay's beautiful farm retirement auction was to get up close to his beautiful tractors and watch them sell, and the excitement, the bidding, man, intense. His pair of 4455 two-wheel drives, smoking hot. 74K on the one with just over 5,500 hours, and 69,000 on the one with over 7,000 hours. Tune in next week to Machinery Pete TV. We'll have some more beauties for you.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Big Iron, rural America's premier online auction site for the sale of used farm equipment.